Hi, my name is Erin Schmidt, and I'm working with Us Together this summer as a Vista Summer Health Associate. My role is to educate the local refugee and immigrant community about the benefits, safety, and necessity of the COVID-19 vaccine. To bring awareness, I have conducted a series of informative interviews with Us Together's clients, caseworkers, as well as health providers and leaders in the community about these issues. As an organization, we believe that widespread vaccination is essential to ending the pandemic and protecting everyone's health. We hope that these interviews can provide a greater understanding of the current struggles and provide strategies to help encourage widespread vaccination among refugees and immigrants.
Hi, I'm here with Dennis today, and he is from the Democratic Republic of Congo. Is that correct?
Yes.
And yeah, I'm here to share a little bit about his story and also just about his experience with COVID and vaccine. So, could you just share a little bit, about yourself and your story and how you got to the U.S.?
Amesema unaweza kumweleza kisi umefika huku, majina yako, kisi ulifika hapa Amerika.
Yeah, jina langu Denis Kasaza, niko Mkongomani.
My name is Denis Kasaza and I'm from Congo.
Natokea ku Sud Kivu,
From
Bukavu.
Sud Kivu in Bukavu.
Yeah. Niko hapa ni grâce ya programu ya refugee, puisque nilifanya miaka mingi ndani ya ukimbizi. Na mwisho Amerika ikanichukua kama refugee.
I got here, it wasn't just me, it was just helped by the refugee services who got me here in the United States. Yeah, so I'm so thankful about that. And I've been like on the run for a long time in Congo. It was just, a lot.
Yeah, sure. Well, thank you. I'm so glad to have you today.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I'm here to talk about COVID and what was your experience with COVID and the pandemic when it happened?
Pia hapa kuzungumza tofauti ya COVID na vaccines. Unaweza mweleza experience yako hapa kuishi huku na hii COVID pandemic.
Bon, d'abord najua kama ile magonjwa ilikuya, magonjwa yenye iko mingi na inaharibu maisha ya binadamu. Yeah. Bona kwa ile antuka nilipiganisha gisi yote ili nipate chanjo. Basi nilipiganisha sana na nikasaidiwa nikapata chanjo.
Chanjo ni nini?
Ya corona.
Okay.
Yeah. Bon. Et puis depuis nilipata, najisikia niko un peu bien. Yeah, puisque
chanjo ni vaccine mu Kiswahili.
Ndio.
Okay, sawa.
Puisque niko un peu, niko na sentir niko un peu protégé.
Yeah.
C'est ça.
Yeah, so my experience with COVID here in the United States, it was just a lot, it affected a lot of people. He was really aware of the whole pandemic, I mean, we all survived, and I'm so glad I was vaccinated. I feel a little bit safe, from getting those vaccines. Yeah.
Did you have any fears or hesitations about taking the vaccine at first?
Umeogopa mbele ukamata hizo vaccines, ukuwa uko concerne ya kukamata vaccines wala?
Bon, mwambika mie sikuogopa hata siku moja. Juu kulipita information mingi kwa réseaux sociaux yenye ilikuwa na tuma labda watu kwa leo wakamate, lakini kwa analyse yangu personnellement na hiyo information mingi ilikuwa walikuwa wanapublier na vaccin yanja. So kwa walikuwa wanapublier vitu ya bongo. Na wakati vaccin ilianja ilomba nikamate parce que nilikuwa nishafanya analyse ya vile vyote.
Okay.
Yeah. I usually come out.
I was never scared of taking the vaccine shots because I was pretty much educated, like watching the news. And before, like they brought up like the whole vaccine things, people were spreading rumors, but I was so very aware of the vaccines. I was so much educated, so I was never scared to take like the vaccines.
That's great. I'm glad that was for you, since I know some people, you know, have trouble.
Batu wengi wanaogopa ni puisque labda hawaangalie, hawajua kuchambuza ma information kwa réseaux sociaux. Puisque réseaux sociaux ni kitu tunapata information zote za uongo, za ukweli, bwizi, kila kitu kinapita pale, kizuri na kibaya kinapita pale. Sasa kama angali mzuri, labda unaweza kubebewa ngambo mbaya. Na ukiangalia vizuri, labda unaweza kubebewa ngambo mzuri.
Social media, people like us spread false information, you know, rumors and stuff. But like, that's why most people here like really scared of taking the vaccines, of course, of those false narratives about the vaccines. But like, if you really focus on the good side of the social media, like spreading like the good news and more information, you know, people can learn a lot from, you know, social media instead of focusing on those false narratives.
Do you think there are any kind of common fears even in your community, or refugees in general, people coming from outside the country that would have concerns about taking the vaccine?
Unaweza kama kuko wa refugee wenye wanatoka Congo, wanaweza kuwa waangali wanaokopa ukamatio vaccine hivi.
Ndio, bengi, puisque kwanja bengi walikuwa wananiambia no, tutakuangalia wewe kwanja kama utakuwa je au vitu gani. Lakini bote naenda kuwatembelea na wavizite, unaonyesha niko bien, sina problem yoyote. Mais ni ile boga ya ile ma deux informations.
A lot of people are scared, especially in his community. And they were all like, oh, okay, we're gonna see how it turns out for you, you know, if you get any sick. So after that, we might, you know, consider taking the vaccines. Like, so they all hear those false information on social media. You know, that's why they're kind of scared. So like now he just go to their homes, just tell them like, I'm perfectly fine, it's safe taking the vaccines and stuff, so yeah.
So you, I want to make sure I got that right. You're going to people's homes and educating them and informing them?
So kwanza nawatembelea, unaenda unawaambia kama uko bien, kama vaccines hakuna effet yenye toka.
Special barafiki yangu.
Okay. Yeah, especially my friends.
Okay. Yeah, I think sharing with people who've had good experience, and I think that's very, very helpful. So.
Et puis bengi na pima kuonesha kama si réellement vaccin ingikuwa na inconvénient yenye ko negatif. Kwa leo réseaux sociaux ingikuwa inatangaza kila siku ni mabifo, kila siku ni maproblème. Lakini kwa leo batu biko vaccine, mais ma information kwa un peu différent na ile yenye walianja kutangaza mbele. Kwa leo watangaza kitu kibaya au kitu gani. Mbele vaccin yanje alikuwa anaanza deja kufanya propaganda yenye haikuwa kweli, wanatangaza vitu vibaya. Ile ni proof ya kwanza. Ingine kitu ingine yenye kunipatia courage sana, natumana wapa courage, nikuona kama ni kitu yenye kubei. Na hivi government ingaliki na produire kubatu yote kwa bure, il faut kuiprofite.
What you were saying, because like before, like they started like giving out the vaccines, there was like all these false information on social media. But if you look at it like now, most people are vaccinated. Like there's like a certain change on those false information on social media. And what he was saying is not like the vaccines are really expensive. Like people should take advantage of the government, you know, producing more vaccines to people. It's like they are giving out vaccines for free, and people should really take advantage of that.
Are people in your community not aware that these are free?
Watu mu community yako na kama hii vaccine iko unalipa wala iko free?
Watu wanajua kama iko free kwa leo. Lakini kufuata information utasikia kama government inapoteza franga, iko share. Donc inapoteza franga mingi kwa kuitia mikono ya population.
Yeah, they are pretty much aware that the vaccine is free, but according to the news, the government is really spending so much money to produce these vaccines, you know, to the population, in which people really don't appreciate it that much. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's great. Do you, what was I gonna say? Has transportation been an issue for you, or other people not knowing, you know, where to get a vaccine?
Amekuwa nauliza ese transportation iko muko na accès à transportation wala communautaire kuba kuna accès à transportation wala wanaya kwenye wanaweza enda kama tio vaccine.
Bo wote wenye naongea nabo biko na accès à transportation. Bo me probleme tu moya ni juu labda wangalike na doute. Yeah, maybe kuna accès puisque kwa hii nchi napatia kila mtu opportunity ukitumika kupata moya ya transport.
Pretty much most people here that have his community, they have access to transportation. They know where to go get the transportation, but their only problem is that they still doubting, you know. And America, like if you are working like this, they so many, you know, opportunities here. If you work, you can have access to transportation and all those good stuff. So yeah.
Okay. So,
Et puis kiona par exemple mtu mwenye kuna difficulté juu ya kuipata mimi anaipenda juu mie nilitafuta nikakuwa na difficulté ya kuipata na ngaloma msaada kwa kunitafutia na mimi nikipata vile vile watu wenye rafiki wenye wanahitaji nitaweza kuoriente kwenye nilipata msaada ya kuniandikisha na labda nao wataweza kuya bana andikisha wanawasaidia kuangalia jinsi ya program.
Yeah. Even myself, I had difficulty, you know, finding places, you know, get access to the vaccines. But like now that I have it, I can help people who have difficulty, you know, having access to the vaccines. I can just lead them the way, you know, like how I got access to the vaccine. Yeah.
So it sounds like, you know, and people like you and your community, they're more receptive to, you know, receiving the vaccine and getting help because you connect with the community and you're part of the community versus maybe the government or some other agency.
Oh, yeah, can you repeat that?
Yeah, sorry. I guess I'm just kind of confirming it sounds like the best way to reach the people in your community would be people in your community who have gotten the vaccine and providing resources.
Amekuwa nasema inaweza kuwa bien kama kwa watu mu community au kwa washapata vaccine na wanaweza wakabatisha watu wenye wanasipata wenye wanapata information na information za bien hapana zile za bongo za vaccine ile inaweza kusaidia sana.
Ndio.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, is there any other way you feel like any other resources that your community needs to encourage them more to take the vaccine? Any other advice for people, you know, in your community or other refugee populations?
Nasema kukuwa wengine resource yenye unasikiliza ukamatisha kajua edike watu kajua kamatile mavaccin wala kuko neza waambia kajua wapate zile iba encourage kupata zile vaccin.
Bon, normalement nafataka information yenye news juu yenye naongea juu ya vaccin na mara mingi nawapatia exemple juu ya Israel en tout cas presque batu yote basha kuikamata. Sasa benye balikamata biko na madifficulté puisque bamoya bana maaccès habawezi kuingia kuma fasi yenye ko public. Bon, meme hapa nako inaweza fika siku moja unakutana presque population batu mingi washe kamata na inconvenient inaweza kuwa kubali watu wenye wakukamata ni ile labda watakuwa na priorite juu ya kuevite kuletele magonjwa kuma vitu fulani fulani. Yeah. Bon, deuxième tour ingine inaonyesha kama mie kwenye mimi natumika puisque balikuwa wanajua kama ile vaccin banaileta juu ya Noir. Mimi nilikuwa naonyesha kwenye nilikuwa natumika nilikuwa seul Noir, nilikuwa Noir umo mtu mosu moja na mi peke ndio nilikuwa sikamata. Bengine bote walikuwa shikamata pourtant bazungu. Et puis wakati nilienda juu ya kusema nisiende mwenyewe nilienda na mtu na ule mtu alifika pale alikutana alishtuka alikutana batu yote wanakamata labda watu weusi ndio wanakamata wengi.
Actually, my lesson be. One word of advice I would give to the population or my community is that not to follow those information on the news, because those are like really false narratives about the vaccines. Like for example, like in Israel, like most of the population is kind of vaccinated. So like that's a really good thing. So people should, they shouldn't be afraid to get the vaccines. And another thing, people had this mentality that, okay, so this vaccine is only for Black people, like they're using Black people for experiments and stuff. Like at my job, I'm the only Black person who worked there. And like most of my coworkers are vaccinated. And when I went to go get vaccines, I brought one of my colleagues, like my Black friends, and they were like, I showed them like everybody's being vaccinated. It's just not about race or anything. Everybody's getting this vaccine. So yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's it. Oh, I guess I had a clarification. When you're talking about the news and social media, is it from their home country or from the US in general?
Kama nasema hizo information za ku social media zinatoka hapa United States wala ni zinatoka Afrika, zinasikilikana wapi sana?
La plupart des fois ni Waafrika wenyewe.
Okay.
Ndio wanafanya. Bon, et puis naangalia quelques pays arabes. Mais benye balianjaka balifanya kidogo, sauf que une population peke ndio inaendelea kuna shikoroga, ndio inaendelea na ile kuipropage ile yeah.
The majority is African population, some Arabs, but like I picked that a lot from the African population.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess one more question. Why do you think the people, from home and those sources have these fears, I guess, that,
Unajua nini yenye inatuma watu wa muafrika wako na hii mentalite? Unaweza mumuelezea nini wako na hii boga ya kukamati vaccine?
Bon, mwambie muafrika hawakuwa na boga, lakini information iliendaka mbele ndio kwa mbaya. Puisque wakati yenye magonjwa iliingia bakapropage ke biko naangalia namna gani ya kuwa Waafrika ndio avec magonjwa, et puis ça yenye vaccin biko wanafanya à travers ma vaccin bakapropage ingine ma information mbaya ya kusema ke il faut des Africains ndio wende wapimie yako.
Okay, ndio.
Bon, et puis vile vyote vikapatia madudu tout ça.
Okay.
Mais toutefois kuna bengi biko wanaenda wanaona reality.
Yeah, the first time they consider like vaccinating the people for like the vaccine, it was like this false information, like they were gonna use like Africans as an experiment for these vaccines. So it just got into people's head that they're using us for vaccine, they're trying to kill us, or bring some disease in Africa. So they picked that out, from the post news on social media. So yeah, this is where they got this information from.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah, well, that's about it. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your time, and it was
Okay.
really eye-opening. So
Yeah,
Thank you
anasema
too.
asante sana kumpatia wakati
Ndio.
kajumaelezee.
Ndio.
Yeah.
Bila nashukuru sana.
I say
Na
thank
niko
you so
presa
much.
yote
Mm.
pia kushare
Mm.
juu ya kuencourage watu.
Yeah, I'm
Before
free.
watu
Yeah, I'm
wapate
always
kusikia.
free to share with people my experience with the whole COVID vaccine. Just feel free, you know, yeah, to ask me for any, you know.
great. All right.
Thank
Good
you.
day.